There are a lot of Asian misrepresentations in Hollywood movies. However, there are different ways on how Asian food is presented in Asian-oriented versus white-oriented films. First, focusing on a heavier Asian-produced film, Eat, Drink, Man, Woman. The close-up shots of the food preparation illustrates the carefulness and preciseness Asians put in their food. According to Winnie Na's review and analysis of the movie, she states that the technique and artistry of gourmet Chinese cuisine is put on delicious display, often expressing the love that the characters cannot say to each other or accentuating its presence, which is shown with Mr. Chu and his cooking to express his love to his daughters. The close shots of his beat-up hands show how much toil he puts on them to prepare these intricate dishes for them. The layout of the food is nicely displayed and spread on a circular table so everyone can get it. Mr. Chu utilizes these dinner times to torture his daughters to confess about their lives, but these dinners taught them to negotiate their old and new tradition, something that is seen as a struggle for the new Asian generation. This is also seen in the Joy Luck Club as Rich, Lindo's future white fiancé, is being criticized for his table manners, which is usually seen with the Asian person being criticized at the table like in 16 Candles. The delicacy of the act of eating and table manners are respect to your parents' cooking. The recipes for Asian food in Asian-oriented films are: dinners are used to settle internal and family conflict or put differences aside as you are putting everything on the table. 2. Preparation is an important part of showing your love for your family. 3. The food must be available for everyone to reach. For American depiction of Asian food, in Rush Hour, a scene shows how Chinese food is weird when Carter calls it greasy shit and argues with the owner. It is typical to make fun of the food like the eel and camel humps they are eating and then realize that it tastes good after trying it, and not to forget the usual Chinese takeout box that are always used. Nevertheless, in Inside Out, the scene of the family eating Asian food in a takeout box is given a gray color tone that emotes a depressing mood and translates to an unresolved, conflicting event for the family. This is similar to the Fisher King scene of the couples at the Chinese restaurant. In this movie, food was not shown as shareable and messy, and the circular table was shown as too close to their bodies and useless when sharing food, hinting how Asian restaurants always lead to uncomfortable, confrontational, and immoral activities. In A Christmas Story, the mother screams at the duck that was presented to them. There were no zoom-ins on the duck showing that it is disgusting, and the cutting of it is violent. The family are not situated around a circular table, showing not much of a sharing action that most Asian families do with their food. These are contrasted with food scenes of Ratatouille and Harry Potter that depict other foreign and American food that there are enough food and food is not shared with others. The recipes for Asian food in white-oriented films are: 1. Unresolving conflict during meal times. 2. Not shareable meals. 3. Asian restaurants are depicted as uncomfortable. 4. Abnormal Asian foods. 5. Chinese takeout boxes. In conclusion, white-oriented films do not present Asian foods the way they are accurately presented in Asian-oriented films. In Tim Oakes' Eating the Food of the Ancestors, he summarizes that outsiders get mixed up in this process of local appropriation, linking it up to broader circuits of exchange and capital accumulation, creating the stereotype. However, there are now movies that are changing this way, like Crazy Rich Asians, therefore erasing the stereotypes we have against Asian food, hopefully taking out the takeout boxes in these films.